Hello, America, and welcome to the Generic Show. I'm Axel-OTL, and I'll be your host. For now. Well, let's enjoy this while it lasts. Today on the Generic Show, we have someone special. He bravely left his family and friends to serve for his country. He was persecuted and ridiculed, but persevered. He had the crucial job, along with many other Navajos during World War II, of being a Navajo code talker, and we greatly appreciate their sacrifices. Joining us today is the main character of the book, Code Talker, by Joseph Bruchac. Chalk. Kahak? Kahak. How's that name pronounced? Bruchac or Bruchac, however you want to pronounce it. What was I saying again? Oh yeah! Everybody welcome, Ned Begay! Hey everybody! Hey there, Ned. Thank you for accepting our invitation and joining us. Also, thank you for your service for this country. Thank you for inviting me. And no problem, I wanted to serve. Have a seat. Okay. What are you wearing, and what does your uniform look like? This is just a regular camo jacket. My uniform, though, it's rather old and worn, so I'd rather not wear it here. But I still have it. It looks something like this. It's a yellow uniform with a red cap. That's very nice. Hey, don't we have such a huge audience today? Sure, if you consider about 14 people a huge crowd. Not a lot of people wanted to watch. We got lucky and found these guys on the street and gave them a free viewing. Well, enough of that. Let's get back to why we brought you here. Many people, after reading the book, had a few questions that needed answering and got online. We compiled a few here. Yeah, we're not going to be able to go through all of this. Instead, I'll ask you a summary of those questions. Let's start off with, how old are you? Oh, I'm about 92. Wow! You still look very young and not a single white hair. Also, why do you say about 92? The reason I say about is because when I was born, I wasn't born in a hospital, so my birthday wasn't recorded. It's just based off of my mother's memory. Some factors to why I look young, maybe it's because Navajos tend to have this Asian look. They tend to look Asian, and Asians look rather young for their age. And for my hair, me not having any white or gray hair, it's because I dye my hair with mud, and that's kind of why my hair has this darkish brown look to it. And I guess the healing ceremonies that I've had have an effect too. Wow. Well, I'm already Asian, I could dye my hair, and I don't suppose I could get one of those ceremonies, could I? Well, let's move on to the next question. How have people treated you after you're finally able to announce your secret and important jobs as code talkers? And as a follow-up, how do you feel about people not knowing you are a code talker? After I came out as a Navajo, there was definitely a difference in people's attitudes towards us. They definitely treated us with more kindness and more respect. But of course, there were those few who were still very prejudiced. It didn't matter if we were code talkers or not, if we served for their country or not. They were still going to be very prejudiced against us. But I am happy to know that people now know what we did, and that the men who sacrificed and gave up their lives will be honored and never forgotten. How are your grandchildren? Are they doing well in school? My grandchildren are doing phenomenal. They're doing amazing in school, they're being very successful, and they love history. whenever they don't know something or want to know something, they'd come to me, which I think is kind of sweet. Although they are very successful, they've never forgotten about our sacred language and never forgot about who they are as Navajos. That's very good. How are your relatives and friends? They're doing great. My parents have had a good long life, but they've come to pass and are now with the holy people. My siblings, they've all gotten married, had kids and grandkids of their own. Smitty and Georgia Boy, we're still in contact to this day. They and I, we've all been honored together as Marines. And they had successful jobs, they were married as well, had kids and grandkids of their own. Now, relative-wise, there's a lot of people that we're related to, but not really related to. It's because of our last name, Begay. Remember when we went to school? Yeah. When he gave me the name Begay and also gave it to other students? That's kind of the reason why there's people with the name Begay in Dynatah, but we're not actually related. That's great. What's your current occupation? Well, I'm 92. I can't work anymore, but when I was able to work, before I was retired, I was a history teacher. I also taught our Navajo history and language, as well as American history and language. Are there any more questions, Axel? That's actually all the questions we have time for today. Thank you, Ned, for coming out today and joining us. It was with great pleasure. Thank you for inviting me. Well, that's it for today, folks. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you next time on The Generic Show!